Strongest magic.
Well, hello everyone, and I think we're ready for another episode of Dragon Ball Z.
This is not Dragon Ball Z!
He's correct. This is Dark Heresy.
No, it's not that. It's definitely not Dark Heresy. Because the battle system would be much more simple.
It would, you're correct.
I hate to say that, I really do, because, like, Dark Heresy uses this whole idea of your skill determines the threshold of minimum chance, really.
But that's still easier than this.
Yes. I mean, because we're dealing with, like, 100% possibilities. And your skill determines the threshold of that percentage. And then you have modifiers. But that's a different story for another time, right? So, as I recall, you defeated the woodland
Foul
troops?
beastie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would call them foul beasties. You definitely ran them
They're
off.
spider people.
But where did they come from?
Who will ever know?
I have walked up to talk to the Mark 1.
Yeah, I see this. Oh,
Hello.
And then he notices that your party seems to have some scratches and wounds and generally things that look like they hurt. Already getting in a scrap?
Yeah, just some of the natives weren't feeling particularly happy.
Natives? Were they humans?
Yes. Humans and many, many spiders.
Oh dear. My bad? I was looking over, like, the despoilers' slave camps, and I saw a bunch of men, and I figured, what do I need all these slaves for? I asked people what they were doing, and apparently they were chipping up, like, mountains and stuff. And I said, why were they doing that? And everyone looked at me and they said they had no idea. So I said, look, maybe we could do it as a good show of faith and just release all those human slaves. We don't need them. Particularly because I had no idea what we were doing with these large things of rock.
Yo, so, Mr. Mark,
Sorry. What's up?
got some bad news for you.
What's wrong?
Your despoiler, he didn't die, and he's quite upset with you.
That would be unfortunate. What makes you think he's back?
My master, I guess, showed me a vision of him escaping the flames at the tower and saying a whole bunch of really nasty things about you.
I'll be honest, that wasn't part of the plan, but it seems like we need to try this again. Until it takes.
Preferably, could we cut his head off or something this time? Make sure he really stays dead.
Well, normally fire would be better because ashes can't be returned.
But yeah, but you start with the cutting of his head off and then burn them.
Yes, but you have a lot of necromancers that are very bored.
Okay, well,
You do both. Cut off his head and burn him.
Cut off his head and burn him in 2 different fires.
Yes,
Apparently.
Yeah, put one fire separate for his head
fires.
and
That should
one-
really help.
So the question is, why didn't the fire take?
It's a very good question.
Well, Shall we go check to make sure he's...
I have no doubt, but why not? Let us head off and
Onward ho!
take a look for him.
Actually... And he looks over at Dan and he's like, you look a little hurt. Are you sure you wouldn't rather rest?
Flesh wound. It's going to be more than just a couple hours journey anyway, right?
Is Dan actually hurt?
Excuse me. Dan actually has, like, wounds.
Half my hit points.
Well, here, I can help with that. Let me patch you up, buddy. Is this you?
Yes, but,
Right.
don't forget, Dovaka is, like, a week away.
Yeah, so, here.
Yeah, so
So
as long as I rest every night, I'll be... Besides, I don't need to sleep, so I get really good rest while I'm on watch.
So here. Take some...
Hell.
With that, a large, deep horn is heard in the background. Do-do, do-do.
The horns of Minas Tirith.
Did you grab those, Dan?
Is it just 6 straight?
6 wiggity 6.
That looks
Yep.
better.
Got him.
Okay, so the horns are blowing.
But what are the horns?
If we have time, I'd like to do something as well.
Okay. What do you want to do?
By the way, did the farmer head back to the town on his own?
No, he's behind you.
Oh, okay. He's just watching us speak to an orc again.
Yeah.
He's just
That's not
decided this
concerning.
is just your thing.
It's like, well, they spoke to an orc once, and now they're doing it again.
Okay,
And then the Mark one looks at the farmer and kind of waves at him.
I just remember. They have him, and at one point, you just yell, "No stew, no stew." I still remember that. No stew, no stew.
Don't worry, we found squirrel.
I always preferred rabbit.
What kind of
Definitely
eagles
more.
are you attempting to summon?
I get speech of eagle, so doesn't matter.
Okay,
Find
roll a
that
1d100 to
flying
find out what eagles come to your call.
Wait, I don't see any of this eagle stuff.
I think he's whispering directly to DM.
Okay, small eagle comes from the sky and lands on your hand.
Alright. What's this horn? Yeah.
The marked one seems very, like, upset about the horn. He starts to tell you that it is the marked one's battle horn calling
Yeah. So I
Calling
asked the
far and
Then we
eagle,
should head.
I asked the eagle to
I didn't even hear what DK finished trying to say.
I said the horn calls far and wide.
Okay.
And it's basically a I summon the entire command to come here.
We're under attack. It's bad news bears.
Charge!
Well, we're not under immediate attack, but it is going to summon the other captains.
So I asked the eagle to it's Dwemerhorn, right? I asked the eagle to fly to the tower that was recently burned. and scope it out for large, ugly orcs.
Okay.
Like
Away, my pretty!
Go away, my pretty.
The eagle will now return in approximately 4 days.
Mine's quicker than us.
two.
We'll just go
okay.
back to your eagle returning, because we're going to assume it went and communicated to some other eagles, and just for the purpose of time and such. You get a report back that there are currently no orcs there, but there are trails of a small army leaving.
Dun, dun.
And also signs that something crawled out of the rubble.
Good enough for me.
Good enough for me. So, marked one. What's his name?
The marked one, that's fine. You can call him the marked one.
Yo, top hat marked guy.
He is Booble. He is now Booble the Marked.
No, he's Malakaz the marked, but you can just call him the marked one.
Hey, Malakaz. So, and obviously he sees this eagle that I'm chatting with, right?
Yeah.
I just got an update that the army is no longer a Dwemerhorn. Do you know where they might have gone?
Probably the summoning horns. Summoning all captains.
Well,
And you start hearing more horns blowing, and you hear distant horns blowing, and you realize now that all the orcs in the region are being summoned.
Again,
Well-
Do we need to...
Well,
Dressed like orcs?
Doctor, it is, right? I think our course of action is very clear.
Run away.
murder the other orc captains who don't support you?
It's time for a proper debate. An orc debate.
So-
AKA
so-
a civil war.
Murdering those who don't support you.
Exactly. Actually,
Arguing with swords.
and Malakaz kind of whispers this to you, Doctor. I think this might even work even better.
Alright, let's go.
Hey, I've got an idea.
Does it involve sneaking around orc camps and then finding out lots of things about them?
Something like that. Or you could go and be doing some stabbing for me.
You know, I'll take that too.
Should we dress as orcs for the occasion?
I got some better attire for you. And suddenly, a couple orcs come out of the forest, and they throw rags on y'all, and then take mud and smear your cheeks in mud.
Ah, rebellious slaves. That's a pretty normal thing, though I think we're a bit heavily armed for rebellious slaves.
You notice that the robes are really loose on y'all, and it seems to be like these robes could have areas for hiding compartments.
Used these before, have you?
It would be possible to conceal your weapons inside the compartments.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What's the best plant you know to poison an orc?
I hear it's a bad idea. Not unless you got some elf magic on your hands.
We could
Well,
just bring a lot of grog.
Hey, Rampage,
and
you
wait
got
till
any
we're
elf
drunk.
magic? I mean, we could just poison the grog. Not that they'd even notice it, but you know, we could try poisoning the grog.
DK, would I have elf magic considering I'm an elf?
No.
How do I get elf magic? Because I want it.
Just so you know, I was trying to make a Shadow of Mordor reference.
I love my little magic.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Wait, what do I have? Rampage F and Rampage. I have Rampage F and then Billy the Elf Rampage. I have Rampage F and Rampage.
I know. Let's build a horse out of wood. A big horse. And then let's hide inside that horse.
No, I have a better idea. Let's all dress up as slaves and infiltrate their camp so that we can learn more about them.
Wooden rabbit.
I volunteer as tribute. However, I will note that the most important person for this is the doctor. He would actually understand the orcs.
What language do orcs speak?
From what I've seen in the book, they speak two languages, Orc and Westron.
Yeah.
So we would understand the Westron, but...
Which also means that they would be able to understand you.
Mm-hmm. What's interesting is that I found that orcs a lot of time don't actually know how to use black speech for some reason.
Yeah, it's not one of their dialects.
They're lower class.
It's really funny when there's like that one orc who knows how to use black speech and he pretends that he doesn't understand the rest of them. And just kind of silently and just scoffs at them in black speech for being an embarrassment.
What?
Okay, so anyway, what does Malakaz, what would you like us to do?
I'm going to send you with a few orcs. And I know of already an orc captain in the region. He won't move on this alarm just yet, but he's close by. So I'm going to lend you some shackles, if you might. And he hands you some hand shackles. You notice that the key socket that controls them has been jerry-rigged so that you can release the shackles on your own command.
What even is a shackle?
It's kind of like cuffs.
Handcuffs.
Chris, I shall hide my cookies and my sword within my stuff and then leave the rest of it here.
Okay.
I will.
So wait a minute.
Sounds like all my
What about this farmer? He's just chilling here.
Markaz, the marked one says that he can make sure he gets to town.
So we can put our. We leave our.
Our extra gear with him.
We might want to leave our extra gear with the marked one though, because he'll be our nearest ally most likely.
Oh, before y'all consider on going or not, let me hand you these very convenient Orc Captain guide books I've made.
The info sheet or
Nice.
guidebook?
I think it may be
Guidebook
called.
in Newfound?
I think it's called Orc Captain Info in your handouts.
Yeah, I
Y'all probably already looked at them.
Uh-huh.
Now, I would
It's got
say
enough-
that you all have access to this. Yeah, I've given it access. So, if one person wants to be the person who records things into it, or if y'all all want to collect your notes into it, feel free.
I will ask lots of questions.
I shall at the very least make sure that I record things into it. I don't know. I'm personally ready to just put stuff away and then head out whenever you guys are.
Uh-huh.
If you guys want to just get on this quickly.
Oh, by the way, near Vlad's camp, there have been rumors of ghosts, so maybe you should hold on to some of your equipment until you're closer to the camp. Don't worry, my soldiers will come with you, of course.
Okay, well let's head to this camp then.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Probably because there isn't.
Why are you bothering to put the Misty Mountain spheres under this map if we're probably just going to immediately switch maps?
Immersion.
Immersion, yeah.
That's right to say.
I was having them come out of the forest to join you.
Okay, let's head out. I'm ready if you guys are.
Mhm. And I'll
And I'm
leave my
impatient today.
shield and longsword with them. Because I figure short bow and short swords should be able to conceal fairly well.
Yeah, I had my short.
We can actually probably give our equipment to the soldiers who are escorting us when we get closer to the camp.
You notice the orcs have some sort of strange packs with them that seem to be
Exactly.
empty.
For our equipment.
When
it's time for
and
us
you
to
see
go and-
one of the orcs make kind of a strange action with his fingers. Like he was making quotation marks in the air. And he says, evidence packs.
Yes.
I put all my weapons.
Wouldn't it be better if you had us carrying the evidence packs? As
No,
the
because
slaves?
because the evidence packs will include our stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's evidence against us. They can't just let us carry our own stuff.
That would be kind of counterproductive.
Exactly.
I mean, not that they don't trust you with them, it's just...
No, I was just thinking more along the
Orcs wouldn't
The-
trust us with them.
blankets, backpacks, boots, the extraneous stuff, not the weapons. They wouldn't trust us with weapons, but
Well, they would be more likely to make you carry bricks or something like that.
yes.
But not blankets,
Firewood.
because blankets might be something you might want to use, because you're cold.
Yeah, no, the blankets are only for orcs. That's how that works.
Mm.
No, they're only for feet. Orc feet.
Exactly. That well-made walking stick is used to pick the Olog guy's teeth. In fact, so are your swords most of the time. You know, your great bow is going to be kindling on the fire.
You
Okay.
can see that maybe the marked one has done something like this before, or he's put a lot of thought into it.
So, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. Let us go.
Alright, so before y'all move on to this, who do you want to... Actually, no, they're going to guide you, okay. As you make your way through the forest, you feel a pull.
Why are we being pulled?
You're not really sure, but you feel like maybe you should go this way. But the closer you get to it, it seems whatever direction you decide to take away from it just brings you closer and closer to the pole.
I'm just following the orcs.
The orcs seem to be pulled in as well for some reason.
Well, There's only
What
one
is
option.
that blue swirly thing?
Ghosts. Those things that you
Look,
think don't exist.
Chris, there's only one option. We must attempt to speak to the ghost.
That's not a ghost.
Is attempting to
It's-
speak to the ghost a reasonable course of action?
It's a blue swirly thing. It's not. A ghost.
By the
Yeah,
way,
it's a blue
before we
swirly.
start, anyone who
It's
wants to
tentacles.
make stealth checks, please make them right now. Also, Nick, since you're here and have your character sheet open, I need you to make a will saving bonus.
Why?
To determine if I give you that shadow point I keep telling you I was going to give you.
Oh, okay. I think I get a bonus to will saving bonuses on shadow points too.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
But I rolled a
You
19.
justified what happened in the tower as saving them from a more horrific death.
Why?
Okay.
Why exactly will we need to roll a stealth check?
If you succeed your stealth check, you can deploy anywhere behind the green line.
I have
Say
succeeded my stealth
success.
check.
Hang on, look. Billy and Rampage are gonna try.
That is the wrong Billy.
You
I know.
I will be right back. I need to go to another map and just correct Billy now.
Why are you only going to bed now? Why are you only going to bed now?
Why?
Because she wants to.
Go to bed. It's way past your bedtime.
Because I was at work.
Go. Oh, okay. We'll go to bed.
A 16
Okay.
and a 20.
I need to adjust Billy. Oh, he doesn't have a default token, that's why. Fixed. Save.
Billy is very large. Shouldn't we be like about the same size as the squares? Maybe not.
There we go.
Let's see. Dan, you are really large, apparently. Compared to Billy.
I ate a little bit. Shh. I'm not fat. I'm just chubby.
Yes, here. Mr. B's pretty big too. He looks like he's as tall as that tree.
My dog is a monster as well.
Oh my gosh. So did Billy and me succeed?
I'm gonna check in a second. I'm placing everyone's character down for them.
I rolled a 22. I think that's a success. I don't have control of my token.
You've broken your token somehow.
I can't do anything to my token. How did I break it?
Fixing it. I don't know what you did, but I'm gonna have to fix it now.
I can't have done anything to my token. I can't edit my token.
Alright, now I need to go fix your token now. You should be able to control him now,
Yeah, I can see him.
and I need to delete your old token and use selected token, save changes. Okay.
These guys are kind of big.
So wait, why does someone have a giant like circular aura around them?
What?
I don't know. That happens for me sometimes too.
I see.
It's not happening
Why
for
is
me
there a
right
blue swirly thing?
Dan, is there a reason you wanted an aura around your character? I didn't hear you, Dan.
He has an aura around his character?
Yeah, he's got a 30-foot aura around his character.
I don't see this.
Okay, it's gone. Someone else has one too. I can't tell who it is. They have a square one. I think it's Nick.
So I can't see Nick's. And it sounds like other people couldn't see mine except for the GM. So auras might be individual.
I think it's because
I don't have
control of
permissions.
Rampage.
I have to set the permissions for y'all to see auras, and I don't have a set. If you give me
Okay.
one.
I'm sorry, I was trying to figure out how that aura thing worked, and I figured it out.
It's pretty cool.
Because
How
I
do you
wanted to know what
activate
you were
an aura?
talking.
Which means we could use it for light detection and stuff like that too. How far you could see.
Yeah, actually, if I had a more elite subscription, there actually is a sight system.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's called dynamic lighting.
Cool.
Where do you look at where you can activate auras?
Well, it's inside your character sheet. I don't have the ability to modify permissions right here. Apparently they moved that.
No worries.
Okay, well we should head towards this.
So I think I
force
moved
that's
it
pulling us
to a general setting. So I'll keep that in mind in the future, though. What's up? What's up?
I feel that we should all move towards this force that's pulling us in.
First, everyone who rolled it behind the yellow line.
I don't have Rampage under my control.
Someone else who
I also
broke that
don't see-
character.
I also don't see health bars for Mr. B, Rampage, or for either Mr. B or Rampage.
It's because I have infinite health, so it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
I can see the health bar for Mr. B's dog though.
Yeah, for
He
some
does
reason.
not have infinite health.
For some reason.
Only
he-
Dan, did you attempt stealth?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. By the way, the options for other people to see your auras are now in the advanced for the token. So it's token permissions.
Where do you activate the aura in your character sheet?
Well,
Yeah,
anyway, you now have
Rampage.
gained access to your token. Congratulations.
Rampage, would you like to see a 10-foot aura? Yeah, I now have a yellow 10-foot aura. Can you see it?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to shut it off then.
Oh no, hold on.
It's
I
just
can
pretty-
I can turn it on. There you go.
Okay. Oh,
Everyone should be able to see that now.
Yay.
How do you activate this?
Your token on the bottom, just a little bit to the left, the gear. Click it,
oh
and it
I
will say
can
edit.
I can see Dan's aura now.
Yeah, I have to
Uh-huh.
manually edit the permissions on the tokens. So now Rampage, I need to fix your token permanently.
Permanently.
Oh, oh.
Done. Does anyone... Oh, okay. Mr. B also does not have access to his character. Okay. I swear these settings one day will not delete themselves.
No, they won't.
Everything from Dark Heresy tells me otherwise.
Exactly.
Oh, also, just to give y'all a little warning, keep track of your armor classes on your character sheet. I've discovered that some of the ones that you put on the token pull from a really weird armor class that is not your armor class, that's inconsistent with that. I don't know why that does that. So if y'all have any problems with that, keep a lookout for that.
It's
Also,
currently correct for me.
Good. I had some problem with some characters not, and it being just like this weird arbitrary number that has nothing to do with it. All right. With that said, everyone, roll
We're
for
missing
initiative.
orcs.
Oh, I need to get you your clock, don't I? I'm sorry. Yes. Now roll for initiative.
We're also missing.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them onto the map next.
I am always rolling bad at initiative, apparently.
Every time.
Yeah, every time I roll really badly on initiative. Other than, like, one game.
Don't worry, Jen. I'm manually putting you in.
Yay. Thank you. I mean, I was willing to re-roll. I figured I'd probably get better, but...
It could be worse.
I'd re-roll too, Dan. I might actually get more than a 10.
Okay, so Rampage got 23 and Billy got 20. Okay.
Yeah.
Rampage got
Mr. B critically exceeded his initiative roll.
It was the dog.
so Rampage
Mr. B only got an 8.
Oh, you still got higher than I did.
Rampage.
I don't have a negative to
Rampage.
initiative.
Yeah. What did he get?
Character Rampage. Billy got 20.
We're gonna have to manually add Mr. B in too.
Alright. Where is the good doctor? So close to a tree.
I want to know, Mr. B is the only person who did not roll for stealth.
Yeah, there's no point.
Just because there is...
Doctor, what did you roll for your initiative? An 8? The 8 is yours, right?
Yes, the 8 is his.
Okay. Wow, he rolled more initiative than you, Nick.
Then 1.
You know what? It's just because you're incredibly patient. That's why.
No,
This is true.
it's because he
That's how that works. I'm incredibly patient.
He just wants to be last. That's all it is.
Now we just need to see what our orc friends are doing.
Were they ones with spears or swords?
Spears.
Cheers.
Okay. Fine.
Well, yeah, Chris, you only have to have the player character sheets working correctly because they're the hardest to fix.
Oh, you know what? I could totally just like roll stealth for them, but I'm just gonna automatically give them that stealth because they literally have that stealth bonus.
Yeah, no, there's no reason not to. Mr. B, you're the only not stealthed person.
Yep. I'm just chilling here talking to the blue swirly thing.
Actually, no, we're
Yes,
closer to
we
the blue
should
swirly.
go walk into it and see what happens.
Okay,
I ain't
during
afraid of no
during
ghosts.
until I tell you otherwise, everyone gets double movement.
Okay.
So, we can all walk...
Rampage, it's your turn.
So we can all walk 60 feet?
Yeah.
Why is this?
Just for time.
Speed things up.
I stay put and don't do anything.
Okay, Mr. B's dog's turn.
He's going to use his action to help.
Okay. Who's he helping?
He's going to kind of sort of help everyone by barking really loudly and being a big old fat distraction
Okay.
That's not helpful.
to the blue swirly thing.
Yeah, he's gonna be like all happy, like everyone, look, there's a blue swirly thing. Billy the Elf's turn.
Billy looks at the dog and is like, shh.
The
Does he want to
dog
move
barks
forward?
more.
Okay, Dan, your turn.
60?
60? Yeah.
You know, Dan, if you want, I can go in first.
Nah.
I do have more
You don't
HP than
face
you.
check things. How will you know how sturdy your face is?
Yeah, but
Then
Dan,
you
my
did
face is
exactly what I was
clearly
trying not to avoid.
Doctor, your turn.
Have we determined that this thing is bad?
No.
You have
So
no
we're just
idea
gonna-
its current alignment. Do you
just
want
gonna
to
attack.
attempt to approach it and perform some sort of lore check?
I need to approach it to do that? Can I not do that from where I'm at?
No, because you're not close enough to actually, evaluate the energy in front of you.
Alright, where do I get to go? There?
You would need to at least get behind the tree that is in front of it.
I get behind the tree that's in front of it.
Okay. Go ahead
Do I
and
need-
roll for a lore check.
Ching.
That is significant. You look into the swirling energy, and you know exactly what it is. You know it belongs in this forest, that it is very old. Some would call it a wraith, but you know it better. It is a wood rite.
And what is that?
Are
An
they
undead
bad?
creature.
An undead creature. Oh, okay. We can kill those.
But we don't have any fire.
Nick, your turn.
Nick is face checking.
So, hang on. Do I know anything about undead creatures?
You can roll to find out.
DK, can I perform can I perform a shadow lore check?
Of course.
No, I failed.
Would I do the same?
Go for
What
it.
would I?
So what would a shadow lure be? What would a shadow lure be?
I'm not familiar with that.
Lore. Don't look into the light. Yeah.
Daniel,
So my-
just remember. Dan, just remember. If you see any statues, don't blink.
Yes. So I know that it's a wood rite, and I know it's an undead. But do I know any of its weaknesses? That's kind of what I'm after, so I can
You
let
know
everyone know
what it's not weak against.
what it's not weak against.
It has resistance to slashing, piercing weapons, and bludgeoning weapons.
Lovely. So swords and arrows, it has resistance to.
Yes. By the way, Mr. B reveals, through his very cleverness, that it takes half damage from piercing weapons, slashing weapons, and bludgeoning weapons, and piercing weapons.
Lovely. So that's like all kinds of weapons.
It's basically immune to everything. It's not immune, it has resistance to everything that is not magical.
Well,
Does
I
anyone
really
have
should
any
have
magical
taken that
weapons?
weapons
We need that
master
magical
feat.
orc captain to show up and save us. You know, the one with the magic weapon.
Well, I mean,
Alright,
Dan,
there's,
what it
does,
there's
does-
also
does your
feats you can take.
Dan, does your weapon do magic damage?
No, I did not choose to get that feat. There was another feat that would have given me radiant damage. Instead, I went for the extra damage.
Yeah, there's a feat that'll give me radiant damage, but I'm not high enough level for that yet.
Yeah, so
Oh, wow.
I don't have that.
let's go kick some undead booty.
That's okay. If this thing is considered a
Maybe he'll be
servant,
friendly.
if this thing is considered a servant of the enemy, I'll just do 2 damage to it automatically.
It is not.
Yeah, I won't do 2 damage to it automatically.
He revealed himself. He's scary looking, so he must be bad.
He might be
Well,
good.
we haven't. Whoa. We
I get-
haven't attempted diplomacy yet, Mr. B.
His blue swirly thing isn't coming with him.
I don't know. You're rushing up with an arrow loaded, and Dan's rushing up with 2 swords.
Well, I mean, I have swords,
I never
but
used that bow.
All right.
It's time to kill something with fire.
Actually,
Oh,
fire
we had
would be
fire.
effective in this case.
No.
well, I am an emissary, so once it's my turn, I'll try to chat with it. But
It is
It's gonna be
Rampage's
that-
turn.
It's hang on. It is a wood right. Is it? Do we know based on what it is whether or not it is actually going to have any non-evil intentions?
I will give you a hint. Does that explain your
well,
intent?
yeah.
No. Is a Beason of the dark, which would mean it was like the Bad News Bears evil guy.
But he's
Probably.
not working for Mordor.
Hey, you know what?
Independent
I'm actually
contractor.
really good
Independent
at some
contractor.
perception.
He
checks.
doesn't. Essentially,
woods.
technically, the forest might work for this guy a little bit. Just to warn you.
How,
Uh,
is it just the forest, or is it also
as
all
a wanderer
trees?
and a ranger, as a sort of ranger wanderer character, I can see him anyway. But you know, let's see what he wants, okay? We should attempt to be friendly. See what it is that he was calling us for.
I don't have a problem with that.
You
I-
feel a
Step
burning
back.
anger. And you see a visage in the Ura behind him of trees being cut down after a particular party of humans and elves defeated some orcs.
Oh,
Something about
kill
chopping
the trees,
some
all the trees.
trees down apparently for some sort of building or something.
Yes, well, we did that, but you know, hey, we
To build some
brought
tree houses? Really?
we brought an arbor master with us who was very careful and nice about how he cut those trees
Except for the dwarf who was with him.
down. Okay, look, the dwarf is terrified of trees. We can't control the dwarf. He was not directly affiliated with our party.
Would it help if we planted some more?
It's just really upset with y'all.
Okay, so there's no talking out of this. We gotta attack it.
Well, we haven't attempted a diplomacy check yet.
Agreed.
I will assist Dan.
Oh wait, never mind. I get advantage. I'm carrying my sword.
Dan,
I want to say something. It is neither of y'all's turn.
Dan,
This is
I
true.
will assist you in your
Yeah,
persuasion.
Rampage, it's your turn. What are you doing anyway?
I'm stepping back.
He's riding
No,
the dog.
it is not y'all's turn. Okay?
You step back.
Okay, so you step back.
Yeah,
Hey,
so it's
look,
So it's
Mr.
Mr.
B's
Bean's
dog.
dog's turn.
On his persuasion,
Okay.
persuasion check.
So, Mr. B's dog is the dog going to attempt a persuasion check, Mr. B?
Yep, he's
Yeah,
coming up
that's clearly what the 20 was for.
to guard me.
Okay, Billy's turn.
goes over it with Rampage.
You're just gonna.
Well, Rampage has been kind of a coward lately.
He did get his brother back. He's got more to live for now.
True.
He calls
And
he
also,
calls me
that
the
thing
coward
does not
who
look
helped me with-
nice at all. It looks like it could one-hit all of us.
Lovely. So it's just gonna go hide on us and kill us.
I believe I need to make a dexterity stealth check. I don't know how to make a dexterity stealth check, but
You just make a stealth check.
You just make a stealth check.
Who needs to do that? Sorry.
my character, the wraith, has to make a dexterity stealth check according to the rules.
Is it his turn though?
He don't look at his ability there. Stealthy. The woodwight may use its bonus action each round to hide.
Well, good news. Me and Rampage are very good at finding things in forests.
You actually have to take an opposed wisdom perception check to see it, or to track it.
That's fine. That's fine. I get a double bonus to my perception while in the wilderness.
So, Dan,
That's
how do I roll a dexterity stealth
Just
check?
roll dexterity. It's saying that you don't get any additional modifiers beyond dexterity. Stealth is a dexterity check. Just you could be proficient or something at it.
This character's better at stealth than dexterity.
He is?
Yeah, he has stealth +4.
Okay, then click on the word stealth on his character sheet.
Okay.
I would say he vanished.
I see
So
that he
we need to
accomplished-
roll perception to see, right?
Yeah.
And if we get better, we see him. Oh, sorry, that should not be advantage. First one goes.
It is Billy's
it's not.
turn.
So I
yeah,
would've
it's
failed.
Okay, it's a. Did you actually?
Yeah, because it would not be advantage. It'd be the 19.
Okay.
Billy
By the
rolls.
way, it's a wisdom perception check.
Yeah.
Right. Perception is wisdom.
Congratulations, Rampage. You do track him.
Billy knows where he is.
Only you
Oh.
do.
I haven't rolled mine yet, so just a sec.
But I'm not sure why you would be rolling at normal because you're the furthest away.
He's got eyes like an eagle.
Make sure to add another 3 to my roll. That doesn't matter.
14. It is important. Take the small
It's
wins.
9. Dan's was
Yeah, you should
the
wait.
only.
Well, I mean that's your role. That's fine. You still know where it is.
Oh, by the
So
way,
that
if you
would've
want to
been
know its
helpful.
intentions, you can read that little description there.
It's animated
Oh,
by undying
which description?
hatred.
Oh, okay.
It has been animated by undying hatred.
So I think it's.
If we
intentional.
burn the forest down, do we kill it?
No burning down the forest. My people live in this forest.
It's a joke, Dan.
Alright. So Dan, it's your turn.
I would pull
Are
out my
you-
bow.
So this is a evil creature who's going to attack or not.
Well, I can't see it, so I will pull out my weapons, ready myself, and glare in the general vicinity.
Okay. I would like to be able to see this creature or this thing.
That's the one you
When it's your turn, I will gladly tell you where it's located. But it's still where it was before.
Oh,
So yeah, it is Billy's turn.
No, it's not Billy's turn.
I'm sorry, it is Billy's turn. Go ahead, Billy. I didn't think Billy was going to do anything.
No, Billy went though, and then you had the thing happen, DK. So
Okay. So, Dan, it's your turn. You looked at
Like I
it.
said,
Doctor's turn,
I-
then.
mhm.
Okay, so you're done. So it's my turn. All right, I'm gonna roll the percentage. show up. I rolled a 13. Do I see it?
He rolled a 23 stealth check, so I think you need to roll.
At 23.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing
I
is,
don't
I
see
think you have to roll a check.
But it doesn't really matter because I've noticed that my bow kind of just hits stuff anyway, so...
You could totally fire your bow for random, like, just chance.
Plus, it might create an oil spill or something.
Yeah, and he might not like oil.
I
He might really despise oil.
have a question. What is this
I have
thing's
to
armor
actually,
class?
like, look at the wizard bow document, don't I?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think this is one of the people get advantage against him thing.
DK?
Mhm.
What is this armor? What is his armor class?
I will tell you in a
We don't-
second. But only because I'm a nice person. First off, Mr. B rolled a 3. Okay, interesting. You're very, very lucky. Mr. B, you now know where your bow has launched something that scraped a bit of red paint in the area, and it has now marked him. The next attack on that wraith is at advantage.
It's got it. So there's this like hidden arrows sticking out of this thing.
It just has
Loading.
all kinds of different arrows and mechanisms. It is a maddening
just-
design.
So there's this like arrow that's lodged into something invisible wandering around, and that's what Nick sees. So I marked it. I gave you advantage. You have to hit it now.
Does this mean I can see it now?
Yes. Technically.
Okay. Well, Mr. B. Just for you, okay? Just for you and no one else. I will roll to hit it, and I will fail. Probably like always.
And that will give you advantage as well. So make sure you turn that on before you roll.
That I tried to roll something, and that did not roll. Okay, then.
We are all waiting in anticipation.
Do you need help, Nick?
I think I need to reload, because I keep hitting the button to roll my sword, and it's not doing anything.
It rolled your sword twice.
Yep.
Oh, it didn't appear on my screen.
Do
We'll
you,
go with
First one was a 20.
First one was a 20.
well, that's
Yeah,
only
actually-
if he
Armor
rolled an
class.
advantage. You're
I
right.
do.
He would have advantage. You're right, because he's marked. Okay, go ahead. Well, you're not actually close enough to use the sword. He's like 20 feet away. Were you trying to use your bow? Okay.
No, I walked up to him first. Okay.
What is his armor class?
I mean, we can figure it out by trial and error.
It's 16, by the way.
Uh,
I did tell
So
her.
you said I
was gonna
hit
tell her.
you said I hit him.
You did hit him. Do some damage. So you do 5 damage against him.
Yep, that's pretty good.
No. He has a very long health bar.
It's okay.
That's alright. I removed the 5 damage from his bar.
The good thing is we can see that damage removed. There is hope.
Okay, I'll be back in a little bit.
The other thing is, he's by himself, right? Right?
I don't know. I don't really trust that single yet. I have a feeling
Next
he's gonna
is
like
the Wraith's
summon
turn,
wood creatures out of the
and
forest.
it now uses Horror of the Wood. The trees begin to turn on y'all.
I knew it.
And begin thumping.
The tree's orange.
And thumping. And bristling. and almost act as if they're going to attack you. Everyone within 30 feet of the Wraith, which is just Dan
you can turn on an aura.
and Nick. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Well, it's just a one-off anyway. I need both Nick and Dan to roll me a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw. You're saved. I'll roll Nick's.
What are they saved from?
Those
The horror of the wood.
that fail are frightened until the next turn. Wow.
Nick made it. No, wait. Why is he rolling
18.
advantage? No.
Even with rolling advantage.
Even yeah,
the
you're right.
first one.
Yeah, he managed to steal himself from that. So instead, it's going to hit him for 3 times.
It's strangling claws.
Pretty terrifying.
Yoink, yoink, yoink.
I'm glad he's face checking it with me.
Now that's a good roll and another good roll. Swish, swish.
That was the worst roll I've ever seen.
Nick's
Is
AC
he
is
alive?
16, so he should be fine.
Oh, okay.
All
First
right.
hit. Okay. I was like, it's a lot of damage.
Swish, swish, swish.
No, yeah, that's just the actual attacks. Since Nick has 16 AC, the attacks just were not done any good. It's weird, his attacks are +5. I don't know why they weren't that useful.
Indeed. I'm sure next turn it'll make up for its lack. But right now, the world is kind of topsy-turvy. Nick hit it.
It is. It's all sorts of strange things going on there.
I think the only thing
Is it going
isn't
to disappear
strange-
with its bonus action?
I
We'll
think-
find out. Technically, it has to wait till next turn to do that, so it's gonna have to sit here and absorb everything y'all just did. If I'm remembering the rules correctly.
Bonus actions have to be on your turn. Conversation can happen out of turn, but actions require.
Yeah, see, I was letting him use that bonus action after the reveal. I was kind of like, he revealed, went invisible. So, both of these orcs are going to go Spear Daka.
Daka.
Daka, daka, daka.
Oh my gosh,
So what
one
is
of
that?
them hit. By the way, congratulations, Nick. The Wraith failed to hit you.
Oh, really?
It attacked you 3 times and failed every one of them.
It was very discombobulated about being found as in its stealthy spot. Didn't know what to do about itself.
That is exactly what happened.
I'm a pit.
Good job, Orc. Good job.
Wait, what is half of 1?
So
What is
according to this, he rolled 1d6 plus 0 equals 1 plus 0.
And it takes half damage. So, is it a 0 or a 1?
I believe it's.
Would it
I
be
believe
like a
it would
point?
be irrelevant. I think that's actually an irrelevant amount of damage.
No, it does 1 damage.
I don't think it hurts it.
I think it's a 1.
I should have did a two-handed spear dock. I think.
Daka,
So-
daka, daka.
So I walked off to laundry, and a wraith attacked me and just failed. Okay.
So now
It's
you
good to
know
Rampage,
what
it's
to
your
do
turn.
next time.
Oh, mighty Rampage. Rampage of the bow.
The problem is everyone
don't
is
think
always in my way.
Well, maybe if you had positioned yourself before the battle rather than, like, running off and hiding. You'd actually probably be better off on the other side of the map, Rampage. Because there are less people over there.
Can he get that far, though?
No.
I mean, hang on, let me look. Because I was
No, that's 80 feet, Rampage.
totally okay.
You can't, I don't think you could make it that far even if you run.
You could make it to 60 if he runs, but he wouldn't be able to take any other actions.
You know, you could just shoot at disadvantage, Rampage.
Yeah, but
I
he
feel
risks
like
hitting. The thing is, if he hits me, he might actually do damage to me, unlike the Wraith.
The other issue he has is the Wraith is behind the trees, which means
Can he climb up the tree?
it
thing
has
is, the
armor
Wraith-
class +6 from the tree.
Yeah, see, the Wraith is both behind me and behind the trees.
Can I climb up the tree?
I will ask you a different question. Do you want to climb up a tree when this is a wood Wraith?
Oh yeah, good question. Since the trees go all nuts on him.
The tree's already threatened to attack us once. You want to be in one.
No, the trees have never threatened to attack us.
DK, I don't know if you see what I did, but I just gave myself a clear shot to his shoulder. I mean,
But did you move more than 30 feet to get there?
no, we can move 60 feet.
But then
But you
you
No.
can't
can't
move
attack.
60 feet and attack. You can
Yeah,
only
you
move
can't
30
move-
feet and attack.
Yeah, you can't move
So-
60 feet anymore, Rampage.
Yeah, you're not Legolas.
Although that
Yeah.
was cool.
If you were Legolas, we would let you do it.
Yeah, because then you could just do anti-gravity, run up.
How about I just run up?
See,
30
that's 30 feet.
30 feet. That is still a shot. I can hit his shoulder. I aim for the shoulder.
I'd say he's completely covered by the trees from there, though.
No, his shoulder. I can still hit his shoulder. I can.
I don't know, Great Game Master. What do you think?
Let's see. I need to look to see exactly where he's looking because I opened something while I was looking. You can effectively hit his cape. How far is that, Rampage?
Not far enough to be outside of the bow range.
Outside of his, though.
Is the short bow range really that small?
It doesn't matter. He can shoot. He doesn't have a disadvantage either close or far with his gun.
What I'm
Because of his
saying,
class,
the
yeah.
disadvantage would be just the fact that only the most lightest part of him is like a tiny bit of his cape, which would technically mean the cover rules for the tree would apply still. Because I actually
think
had to
that
read the D&D cover rules about cover and discovered about like how much of the character model was blocked.
I don't think there's anything worth hitting from there anyway.
So I can say that you can totally fish for it, but it will be more difficult.
He's just going to use his action to move.
Where did he go? He just suddenly disappeared on my screen.
He moved about 70 feet from where he was originally.
Just move back. Yeah, okay, move it down.
He still has this giant red square around him.
Me and Belly.
Yeah, I know. Okay, then it is Mr. B's dog.
Okay, so this wraith was supposed to go invisible on his turn, which was at 0.
Technically, since he did it the first time around, he can't make that action again. So I was letting him use the invisibility that he got on his.
So he's not
first
going to
turn.
do it suddenly.
No.
Okay.
Technically, he's supposed to do it as a kind of a bonus action. It's not a reaction; it's a bonus action.
Okay. Then, puppy dog.
I still really don't like this guy. Hey, if you scroll down on the character sheets, 1,
Mr. B, you're very
tree,
quiet.
3 tree, 4 tree, 5 tree. 5 trees are gonna go. Stay away from the trees.
So he's going to position himself right like over here, and again he's going to use his action to help, and obviously then to help.
Nick,
So Nick, you roll advantage.
Okay.
I wish I had an axe right now so I could just cut all the trees around me. About
That might make it mad.
so, then I cut down more trees so it gets angrier, and because of that,
I think that would
might
actually increase its power is the problem. Chris, what if I offer the wood wraith a cookie?
I think you should try it.
Yeah, after you
Put
whack
the cookie
this,
in
you
your
should offer-
hand. Hold out your hand and
so
see if you still have
what
your
is
hand.
the cookie made out of? Can someone tell me? I think it has like flour, right? And flour is from a plant.
Looks good so far. Cookie was baked over a fire.
So it is literally a plant that's been burned with fire.
But it's not a tree.
Yes. But it's also very delicious.
And it's not a
Chris, we both know that a cookie being delicious outweighs how it was made.
Yes, I'm pretty sure the creature with no actual physical presence.
It has physical
think it-
presence. It's made out of
I think-
bones and sticks and shadow.
Chris, I think it can truly appreciate the deliciousness of this cookie.
Well, it's Billy's turn anyway.
Billy should sprint up here and help us. What happens to the forest if we kill the wood wraith?
Yeah, I don't
Oh, it'll probably be fine.
know. The whole forest just like goes away.
Is a curse.
I want to know what happens to the forest if we kill the wood wraith.
He's
though.
not like the king of the forest or
He's
the
not a good
protector
guy.
of the forest.
Yeah, he's animated by evil. So
Hatred.
he's not.
Fine.
He's physically just an embodiment of hatred.
And you definitely don't.
So
want
the
to
forest
about
might
to
actually be
about
better
your free
without him. It might be calmer, happier, a brighter place.
life. Much better.
Bunnies,
When his
birds.
Squirrels.
DK, we should go pet bunnies to see if it will make the wood wraith happier.
You
So
can totally try.
what are we waiting for?
I was waiting for Billy
Billy.
to make a turn. So Rampage, what is Billy gonna do?
I'm thinking. No. Billy sprints over there.
By the way, have we ever figured out what the rules were for flanking?
Yes. In case of surround, ask the DM.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, normally I would give advantage, except to creatures that are physically not real.
You mean like a wood
Or
wraith?
dragons.
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah. There's certain creatures that just doesn't apply to. Something like a wood wight, I don't think you can surround it in a traditional sense.
How about you get 5,000 elves to surround it?
I'd question it, but Dan, it's your turn.
I'm going to swoop around the outside. And then I'm going to see if I get advantage. Because we're in sunlight,
You're going to
maybe?
see if you can... You're going to see if you can hide under its cloak while stabbing it?
No. Well, no.
Because of the activation of the forest being angry, horror of the wood, I'm going to say the trees are blocking sunlight.
Okay, so I wouldn't even get that. Oh well. Anyway, I shall roll to see if I can stabbyify it.
Not quite.
You did not hurt it with that.
And I will try again.
You hurt it with that one.
That definitely did it.
Where did Horror of the Wood activate?
That activated
okay.
quite a while upstairs. Horror of the Wood.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Just
So
give
he
us
took
a.
4 damage.
Took 4 damage.
If they're hiding the sun, then the orcs are not at disadvantage, so that's actually not terrible.
Yeah.
Not good, but it's not terrible.
Unfortunately, these aren't the orcs that are really good at helping you.
No,
Obviously,
no, they aren't.
these are the red shirts.
Well, these are the goblins. They don't do. If a hobgoblin was here, this thing would be in trouble. Because the hobgoblin would be like, yum 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 in my tummy. Doctor, your turn.
All right. Anyway,
Isn't that the other advantage roll?
Roll the actual thing, Mr. B.
ooh, another 3.
It is marked again. The next person to hit it has advantage.
So,
So,
no,
do I get
so you
double advantage?
double advantage?
No, it's just 1 advantage because it's the next attack. It's not the next attack.
No. The dog's helping him.
Oh, you're right. You know what? I will give the marked advantage to the next person who hits him. So Nick will have advantage, and
One of the Misty Mountain orcs.
goblins will have advantage.
Okay, well, let's see if I can
That's
hit
kind
it
of
with
a
my sword.
waste. I think that's kind of a waste.
The answer is no, I can't hit it with my sword.
So you make an attempt to hit it with your sword, and it's just not effective for some reason.
It just passes right through.
I think you should consider investing in a better sword.
What?
There's nothing
That
wrong
armor.
with my sword, Dan. The problem is that you have too good a sword. So DK has to put us against enemies that have really high armor class.
Actually, that's not really the reason. It's because you're just your character is has very low dexterity. You decided to be a jack of all trades, and that turned into a weakness for you.
Here's the thing, though, is I actually roll pretty well when I roll my longsword.
Yeah, for some reason.
I don't know. A 9 isn't that well. It's below average.
Well,
And the
yeah,
other
but
one was a
that's
6.
That's just
So,
the dice. I'm still
He's
getting
going
a
to use
+4.
Denizen of the Dark again. So everyone within 30 30 feet of him must make a wisdom check.
He's
A
this is the
wisdom
first time-
or perception check. So that will be Mr. B's dog, Nick, and Dan. Dan, you have
He
failed
has
it?
vanished. Wait,
No.
didn't you get the same thing I did? You wouldn't have advantage anymore, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not that's the wrong attack. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I meant to say Horror of the Wood. That's why I was asking you.
Okay.
Make wisdom checks.
Wisdom save.
That's a saving throw, not a perception check. That's something completely different. I need to be rolling that. I don't have advantage anymore, but I haven't taken that off.
Is that your dogs, Mr. B?
Yep.
Okay, so Mr. B, your dog
It's frightened.
is frightened until the end of turn. And I think
But what does that fright do?
Probably disadvantage, but I could be wrong.
I'll look at. He's gonna just turn around and hit Dan.
I can't see him.
No. He didn't go invisible. He didn't go invisible. That was the wrong attack. That's a bonus action. I wasn't taking his bonus action yet.
Well, my armor class is 15. We'll see what he does.
Dan, are you within 10 feet of me?
No, he's in 20 feet of you.
Damn. How big is this wood ray?
Huge.
Fat.
Oh yes,
Ow.
he actually hit you,
Crit.
Dan. He does 11 damage to you.
Okay.
Ow!
This is why I showed up to tank for you, Dan.
Uh-huh.
Dan, you should come stand next to me on your turn.
And now he will use Denizen of the Dark. And now go ahead and roll those perception checks.
Do I have to roll does Billy and I have to roll?
Well, we need to see what his roll was.
Yeah, that's
too,
what
right?
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that right now.
Remember to add an extra 3 to my perception check because I'm in the woods.
That's okay. Everyone but Mr. B's dog.
Sees him.
Oh,
Well,
actually,
of
is
the
that
people
you?
close, everyone will need to roll it.
Yeah.
So everyone needs to roll it?
Yep.
Now there should be no problem for Billy.
Can I just, with my, 22, just yell out, "There he is!"
Okay, so Mr. B and his dog cannot see it now.
Rampage also.
I guess I should see if the orcs can see it.
Now Billy.
I mean, I want to do it. I rolled a 22.
Billy definitely sees him.
Actually, here's the question. Okay. Both orcs are going to use their dark vision 60 feet to observe the wraith.
Does that technically work?
Yeah, they have dark vision 60 feet.
Does Rampage have dark vision?
They got a light, right?
He would just... well, yeah, but we have light. The question is Rampage within range to use his dark vision?
Do elves have dark vision or low
I
light?
think it's just low light.
Yeah.
Elves don't have dark vision.
Uh,
Billy actually might because of his class.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually
Billy's-
reading up on
Billy rolled and saw him anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I rolled a dice.
Rampage, you can attempt to see him again on your turn, though.
Yep.
Because you can use the Rumors of Earth ability that we got at level 3.
The what?
The Rumor of Earth ability. will allow him to make a DC 15
Actually,
survival
it's funny.
roll.
I'm going to ask something. Would dark vision 60 feet allow them to automatically detect the
No,
wraith?
that just means that if
Okay.
there's no light sources, they can still see up to 60 feet away.
Okay, so I guess then I need to roll a perception check for them.
It means that they wouldn't have disadvantage if it was really dark.
Alright. Let's see if they can see it then. What kind of check would that be? A wisdom check.
Yes.
They don't get perception.
Oh, well, it'd be wisdom. I don't have faith in their abilities.
Damn!
They have...
Daka Daka.
I'm gonna...
They do not see.
I'm gonna roll one more time. Okay, yeah, that's really...
Critical failure.
I told you I don't have faith in their abilities.
No, he got a 0.
He rolled a 1 and got a 0 because it's -1. They're not sure where this guy went, but he is gone.
He has disappeared. But, thankfully for them,
They forget and he ever
he's
existed.
marked.
Rampage, if you can't see him on your turn, you can use the,
So,
you can attempt to use the remote
Misty
ability instead.
Mountain Spearman is going to attempt a two-handed spear Daka using Mr. B's mark on the Wraith.
Daka, daka, daka.
And fails.
Daka, 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 waka.
I mean, they should have advantage, right? So they
Yeah,
should get a second
unfortunately, I
roll.
can't toggle. Yeah, I'm going to have to roll that
So
again, I
just
guess.
make the attack again.
Yeah.
And if it gets
And
better,
attack.
then use that. If not, then oh well.
We tried.
He only rolled a 4 the first time, so...
Hey, it's possible to go lower.
Yeah, they have really bad hit chances.
Ouch.
That first time was just pure luck.
Not that he did any damage.
These guys really need to move up and take all the damage.
I'm pretty sure they would just die.
Yeah, they would just die.
Guys,
They have
I just
14
want you to
armor.
know that there are a
But they
bunch
would
of
still
trees. Now
Yeah.
on turn.
And that's what I was talking about. There's 5 trees on the thing.
No, there are 6 trees on the thing, Rampage.
Oh, well, I miscounted.
This Misty Mountain one will instead use his very special ability of Nimble
Well,
Escape
daka,
and auto roll a 20 stealth.
If you can't see the enemy, hope they can't see you either. Good plan.
Yeah, he
I can't see you.
with
You can't see
that,
me.
he's also going to hold his turn, and he's going to wait for immediately for the wraith to be revealed to attack. It is now tree turn 1.
Tree, 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 tree.
The tree next to Billy is going to stare at him viciously.
Actually, No.
5
No.
wisdom.
no. Okay, that would be the 3rd tree. That would be the 3rd tree.
That's okay. They're all going.
They're all going at the same time, Rampage. Doesn't matter.
It's
You
staring
have
at
to
you. It's a pretty easy
DC
save.
5 wisdom check. Be hilarious if he rolls a 1.
And
You
he makes
succeed.
it.
The 6 totally makes it.
That is so scary.
But no, he makes it. He isn't scared at all.
Mr. B. Suddenly a branch comes at you. I think it hit you.
Advantage. Trees have advantage.
I can't, like, the thing is with NPCs, I can't toggle it.
Uh-huh.
And technically, you didn't expect the tree to hit you, so it would have advantage.
I might light this tree on fire.
It does 7 damage against you.
No!
That's a strong tree there.
By the way, it shouldn't say just the wisdom, it should have said just the wind. Forgive me. I just made this character up.
Very nice.
No, I think it was
Perhaps you
trying
guys should
to- I
step
think it was
away
trying
from
to
the
knock-
trees.
This tree is
DK.
gonna burn.
DK, I think the tree was just trying to knock some sense into him.
No other trees are close by.
So is it within 5 feet that they can actually do anything? Like attack?
They have certain limitations. The other ones are out of range.
Like being rooted into the ground.
No.
Careful what you say. Ents can talk trees into moving.
Yeah, but
If anyone
can
could talk,
trees into doing just about anything.
if anyone could talk trees into moving, it would be this guy.
Alright.
There's someone new.
Who is this new person?
Okay, it's that orc I was talking about with the magical weapon.
Rampage, your turn.
Who is this?
Just ignore him until he attacks us. If he attacks us.
I really don't like him.
Remember, Rampage, until such time as he tries to hit you, he's a friend.
Are you sure about this?
Yes. And I actually really like this orc personally. Actually, Chris, do we know which orc this is?
I tried to do the hardest shot in the world.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think Rampage can really hit the guy from there, but good luck, Rampage. If I get hit, I blame you.
Now that is
I'm
a
sure
good.
you'll be fine.
Those things do like 12 damage every hit.
No.
The
But he
third of
almost
my
never
health.
misses. It is
Oh.
okay.
Almost.
You have to roll at disadvantage. There's so many people in your way.
What?
Nah.
Yeah.
Alright,
nah.
roll for damage. Nice.
Where is Rampage?
Nowhere and everywhere.
On the
at
right-hand
exact same
side.
time.
He has to
You
shoot through
did shoot
people.
through a lot of your friends?
Yes, and none of them got hit. And
I
And
question
he
this,
took
but
10
just
da-
for time, I'll allow it. But
took 5
in the
damage.
future, your friends are gonna get hurt. Just saying. Whoops! I took way
That's
too
what
much
I
damage.
said.
So,
There we go.
this is what happened. My arrow curved around it.
No, I figured you just shot it straight up. I let it come down on his head.
Mr. B, your
My
dog is
arrow was
frightened.
special and it just curved around everywhere.
So what does the frightened effect do?
I will look it up real quick.
Wait, did this guy vanish?
For you and your dog, yes.
Yeah.
A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks
Oh,
and
okay.
attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. This
It doesn't
creature
matter.
can't willingly move closer to the source of fear.
He runs up to me for reassurance.
Okay.
I pat him on the head. Tell him to
Billy the Elst, by the way, he is no longer frightened.
Yay!
Because it was until the end of his turn.
So the reassurance worked.
It sure did.
Actually, from what I got from that understanding, the dog could have actually done something without rolling at disadvantage because it was only while it was within sight line.
Oh, no.
The dog
It can't move
away.
closer while inside of it.
Okay.
But it has disadvantage against all attack rolls and ability checks.
So it could have still helped me.
It could have helped you, but at a disadvantage.
Ooh, stabby.
I don't think Billy was allowed to move.
No, he passed his fear, right?
Yeah, Billy's right there in front of it already. Rampage.
Mm-hmm.
Billy takes his short sword and puts it directly into the wraith, but it just goes through him, and the wraith kind of laughs at Billy.
You have to hit the wraith indirectly or wait for the orc with the magic weapon to show up.
Yes.
No. He rolled a 15, and the wraith has 16 AC.
Yeah, I know.
I was just.
I don't know if I
adding
like.
flavor.
I don't know if I like him though.
Dan, your turn.
Okay. I will try to stabby said wraith again.
Yay.
Dan, you should move closer to me.
I will do so after I do my attacks. And you probably should move to the north as well. If you move just 5 foot to a shift, then arrows should have a path.
Yeah,
That
but they're
doesn't
still
involve your
involved in
back?
the way. It's the problem.
Yeah, but you won't be. And then I will attack again,
Eek.
and I will not succeed that time.
It
And
takes
then
5.
I'll shift to the north.
And just shift a little way that direction. And we'll be standing next to each other.
Okay, so it takes 5 damage.
Nothing like whittling it down.
Literally. Doctor, your turn. Go ahead and roll the... Yeah, there you go. Ooh, 9. The attack did nothing? Or did it?
Ooh! Last time this happened, it came down and caused fire.
Nick, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to shift this way a little bit, so I'm standing next to Dan. And I'm going to attempt and fail to rotate my character, and request that DK do it for me while I go attack the beast.
Oh, you want me to rotate you correctly? I can do that for you. You hit it with your sword! It's a miracle!
Wow.
And I did 4 damage.
Yep.
I really don't like this guy.
This is taking too long to die.
Yeah.
He's not dying fast enough. I don't like it.
He's already dead, is the problem.
The Wraith turns, looks at Billy, and you see a
there's
sick
nothing.
smile appear. It's going to use Horror of the Wood first. Each creature within 30 feet, which is the doggy, Mr. B's staff, but not Mr. B himself.
Is it really allowed
just
to
do
do
the
that
aura?
every turn?
Aura. 30 feet.
DK, is it actually allowed to do all these things every turn?
Yes.
'Cause
Yeah,
can it
there
only
are
cast
certain
one book?
creatures that have recharge abilities, not him. He does not have any recharges. He is a very high level character.
Really?
Mhm.
So he doesn't need to he's not limited to only using one of his bonus actions or anything.
Well, okay. By the way, since Dan made me use his era, now Mr. B has to roll one.
Hey,
See-
I still succeeded, man.
So-
Did I
Saving
succeed?
Let me see.
I succeeded.
Dan failed. Mr. B's dog failed. Rampage failed. And that's it. So Mr. B and Nick were the only people not to be affected by this. And I'm just going to assume that the orcs would fail as well.
So that was Billy who failed, and Rampage didn't fail.
Oh, where's Rampage's?
Oh, the back.
Rampage is too far away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Rampage won't have to roll at all.
Okay, so Rampage, Nick, and Mr. B are the only people who are not currently frightened.
And the dog.
Just before the Misty Bowden spearmen begin their attack, suddenly the orc that has just recently joined y'all,
Gorgal.
Is that his name?
Mm-hmm. It says.
Where does it say his name?
He is the son of Glog.
Bolg.
Glog.
Oh, okay, I see it's on the turn order.
he takes the sword in his hand and he begins to he starts to raise it, and suddenly you feel the orcs around you have suddenly gained extra ordinary strength. In fact, they're inspired as the dread heirloom is raised into the air, which he can only use once a day.
Nice. There's misspelled.
I copy pasted it from the book, so. Actually, no. I did modify it to allied, so maybe I did. I don't know. So now
Regardless,
they
doesn't-
have advantage. So they're now going to roll as if they have advantage. And I think that 19 hit, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Daka daka
Let's see if
daka.
it can do any damage.
It does 5. Which
Or
is
half.
So
2.5?
Added to the
Right.
other
I'm going
half.
to round up for the purpose
3.
of... So that's going to be 3. So it's going to bring him down to 54.
54?
Only like 10 more hits and he should be gone.
It's now
Yeah.
We can do
Gorgle's
this.
turn.
You see, well, the other thing is Gorgle has a magic weapon. From what DK told me. So,
Mhm.
that should make this fight go much faster.
It has to.
So, but he's going to now use his bonus action. He begins to brandish his weapon, making threatening gestures with it. And then he takes his hand and makes a slitting motion. With that, his hideous toughness is revealed, and he gains 10 3d6 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
It gains a pool of 10 3d6.
10 or 3d6.
No, it's 10 3d6. He gets
So he's rolling 3d6 10 times?
yeah.
Okay. Just make sure we were clear on that. Couldn't we have just said 30d6 at that point?
Yes, that would be what it would be.
I'll let someone add that up for me.
Because 3d6 averages to 10.
12, 17, 16, 9, 9.
That's only 8 rolls, DK. You need 2 more.
I just gonna stop it there.
Do this.
Chris, I can tell you it's over 90.
Oh, I did the wrong thing. Silly.
It's over 90 temporary hit points, so.
Alright, I'm just going to give him 90 temporary hit points.
And it's far more fun to do that.
Okay, fine. He
105.
can have 105. That's fine. Now he's going to attempt to hit him.
Hey, by the way, Nick?
Yeah?
You need to turn into an orc and have that ability so that you can be a real tank.
Unfortunately, my specialty is actually orc slaying.
Defeat the orc's heart.
He's going to now use horrible strength. A smirk. Gogol twists his hand. Gogol then smacks his opponent with the scimitar handle. So he takes the scimitar of Azak. And I'm going to roll that again because it should be at advantage. Unless he just can't hit. Okay, there we go. I was a little worried there.
Does that just like massively take a chunk out of?
He deals
things
14
like-
damage.
That certainly helps.
Yeah, he's now at 40.
Mhm.
I don't think this is gonna be too fast.
The tree attacks Billy now.
Don't betray!
It's going to stare at Billy viciously. He now must
But
pass a
Billy
DC
cannot.
5 wisdom check.
Hey Dan,
Mm-hmm.
what do you vote? Use the ability or don't use
He
the
has
ability?
disadvantage for that roll. So roll one more
I would
twice.
say don't use the ability due to Gorgal.
He is technically an ally in this case, and he's not close enough anyway.
Yes, but
Rampage, I need
Do
you
you
to roll
want
that
him
check
to
again.
realize anything
Yes, he is.
special about you?
I'm just gonna roll that, and whichever one's lower is gonna be the one.
I
He
mean, if
passes.
we plan on possibly killing him later, then maybe. But
Good.
But here's the thing: is he's not currently trying to kill us, so
Mr. B, the tree behind you stares at you viciously.
Okay.
Please, you need to roll at disadvantage.
because you
you're
can't see
afraid.
the tree.
No, and
Well, no,
Alright.
you're at
There's any
disadvantage
vicious-
because of what you're frightened. No, you're not frightened. Never mind. Don't roll at disadvantage. Never mind.
He's
I would
not-
have
I'm
to.
afraid of no ghost.
So go ahead and just. Yeah.
I've just ignored the fear.
If you
of ghosts
failed,
so far.
if you failed this, I would be like really sad.
I would be sad
Even
too.
if I rolled a 1, I wouldn't fail it. So,
one automatically fails.
okay.
You know what's funny?
Just like a
Is
20
that-
automatically
Okay, so-
succeeds.
Hey,
I am afraid of no ghost, but I could be afraid of a tree.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hey,
so, so when the
Rampage,
tree
you
stares,
get hit by a tree.
unlikely.
what?
The tree next to you attacks you.
So the tree in the forest?
To your left. It does 10 damage. The branch just like falls on you.
You know what's funny, Dan? Is I actually could have taken a ability that would have specifically helped with this as one of my.
Yeah,
one
me
of my
too.
radiant-
I could have all my attacks do radiant damage.
Yeah, I could have gotten a Wraith Bane
Unresistable.
from the.
Rampage, it's your turn.
Where did my
Dude, the
arrow
tree.
go?
hmm
You don't know yet.
I has a question.
What's up?
Can I somehow burn this tree?
Do you have anything
Do you have
that
a
might
torch?
catch fire? I'll
We'll
be
find
honest
out
with
later.
you, from personal knowledge, I discovered that it's very hard to catch wood on fire.
It is actually.
It's extremely deceptively hard to catch. And then I discovered the worst thing is that sometimes it's hard to even catch dried grass on fire with an actual lighter.
Mhm.
This surprised me the most.
Yes, no, it's actually not very easy, surprisingly.
I found I got a little bit of it to light up because I tried to make a man-made torch, and it
DK?
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. It doesn't matter what the tree is, right? Any tree will attack, even the ones on the right.
No, just the green ones that have a fortress on them.
Okay, so
Yes, those ones.
The cover. I'll be honest with you, that wasn't part of my original plan, but then I discovered, like, while we were playing, that would be really clever.
I think it's pretty cool.
It's a very interesting thing.
Because, like, reading the description of that ability, it just makes sense. Are you gonna be attacking it, Rampage?
Hang on, it's glitching again.
No, not glitching!
No one cares it's so close.
Your arrow just materializes through it.
Does it go through it? Damn.
Yeah, it just goes through it.
No, so what happens is it goes through it and gets destroyed, and the arrows just completely vanish. Gone.
stuck in a faraway place. All right, next.
Mr. B's dog's turn.
Which is frightened again.
I still don't. He's outside of the area. Why would he be frightened?
See that? Oh, you
That's
can't.
my aura, not its aura. I can't see its aura, so I throw up mine so you could get a rough idea.
Oh, allow me to help y'all. Let
Gotcha.
me help y'all, so y'all can enjoy this. That's its 30 feet,
There we
according
go.
to the game.
But I was not in that 30 feet
Yeah.
when he
But yeah,
did the thing.
yeah, you just moved there, Rampage. You haven't been affected by that ability yet.
Right, so he's frightened again.
He cannot move
Your dog's
closer
very
to
easily
it.
scared.
And he just comes over.
Okay,
Uh,
Billy's turn.
actually, couldn't he technically move closer to it? Because isn't the wraith still invisible to him?
No.
Would be an aura
He can't
flowing out
move
of that
towards
center.
that location.
So
Yep.
Billy just moves over here.
Did
Why-
Billy
why would
pass
Billy
his
move
his check?
I don't know, did he?
No, he didn't.
No,
Okay.
he didn't.
So this
So what
attack
would
will
that
be at
do?
disadvantage.
Okay.
Billy has decided he wants to stand near me.
Yeah, he
Yes.
wants to hold
I
Nick's
just want to
hand.
get away from the trees. Honestly, that's all I want. And, I like stabby stabs. Look. That is a bow. No, these stabby stabs. And that is a hit.
It's a good stabby stab.
No, it's not. Because he's rolling at disadvantage, so it's the 12.
No, that was the short bow, but okay.
Yeah, that was a bow.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
the same.
okay.
Rampage rolling on the wrong sheet.
Okay.
You
Well,
may need to roll again.
Yeah, you need to roll again then. Because Billy's at
Not a short
disadvantage.
bow.
Your
Yay.
attack misses.
It was close.
Dan's turn.
And I'm also at disadvantage, but I will try to stabby stab as well.
Stabby, stabby,
Ouch.
You come
Totally
at it,
hits.
and it just like with unnatural speed just kind of dodges around you.
I feel very ashamed of myself, but I will try
You
again.
realize that it's really light.
Wow, much better.
That hit him. So go ahead, roll for damage.
Nice.
That would be 6 damage.
686.
I think I did the math.
Mhm.
Doctor, your turn.
Ooh, maybe the arrow would do something.
Doctor, you and me are some of the only non-feared people here.
I'm no longer afraid. My turn ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now
you may
all
be
of
afraid
y'all
of-
are in that era now.
Yeah, so did Billy. So Billy's no longer afraid. I'm the fearless Billy.
You know what's problematic? Is a part of that ability doesn't work because my turn is right before the race goes.
Mm-hmm. You could hold your turn, wait till the wraith goes, and then go.
I think
Yeah.
4 is heal, right?
No, 4 is oiled.
Oh, lovely. Awesome.
So
On the tree.
I
on
need you
the
to roll
tree,
me a
on the
1d10.
On the tree. On
Thing is,
the
putting oil on the
tree.
tree wants it to seep into its roots and hurt it over time.
That's the
Or allow us to start it on fire.
Yeah, but we'd need something in
Yes.
order to set it on fire.
We will start a forest fire.
No forest fires. Tree fires, yes.
Yes.
Forest fires, no.
Yes, forest fire.
Okay. Your arrow lands on the space that the orc is standing on next to you.
Ah!
You forget that the oil doesn't go very far.
Yeah, that arrow is not very handy dandy.
Good.
Still waiting for the other one to come down.
Nick.
So, DK, when do we get to take that sort of secret path out of the level on the side over there?
There's no secret path in front here.
Yeah, when are we gonna take that super secret
The
path?
aura does seem to show a... some of the trees are underneath the aura.
So when are we gonna see that go on that super secret path that no one knows about?
So Nick, go ahead, roll. What you gonna do?
But he's not afraid, so he's normal.
You know, Dan, what do you think about this?
I think it might be worthwhile to wait till after
I'm going to hold
the
my
wraith
turn
goes,
after the wraith goes.
Okay.
and then go all out on the poor little fellow.
He's not a poor little fellow.
I don't know. He seems to be throwing a temper tantrum.
You can see him now. You might not be able to see him after.
Touche.
Right. So I think it's the wraith.
Sorry, I'm gonna drop these guys here, but it's gonna take me a second to fix them.
Wait, why are there multiples? Why are there
He brought
more?
orcs with him.
But these have special things.
Yeah, like it's,
They
'cause
work
it's
for someone
representing the
else.
soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're representing the orc captain. They work for.
I don't know what I like them.
They work for the captain that's here.
Wait, the captain that's here?
Mm-hmm.
The one with a magic weapon?
The one that's, I really want gone? Except I don't
don't know
want
why,
gone,
I
except
kinda like
I
him.
want gone.
See, they carry his symbol, and you notice his symbol is on his hat.
It's got that.
It's really hard to see, but I assure you that character has that same little thing somewhere located on him.
Mm-hmm.
With that, it is the Wraith's turn. It's going to... Is Billy at full health?
Yeah.
I thought Billy took damage. Must have been my imagination.
That was Rampage.
No, that was Mr. B and
Okay.
Rampage that took damage.
Okay.
You could hit me too, I have full health.
Yeah.
Well, he could try to hit
Nick.
you.
Hit Nick. Hit Nick. Please hit Nick.
So it gets one attack on Billy, right?
Yes, 1.
Billy takes 5 damage.
I got that.
It then turns, and instead of using Horror of the Wood, performs another multi-attack.
At me.
On Dan.
Stealthy.
Actually, it's Nick, sorry. Pointed him the wrong way.
Okay. It in fact hits me twice.
Ow! Ow!
It does 11 damage to you.
Ow!
That's
ow.
not bad.
Ow! Ow!
That's not that big.
What
deal,
is your
Rampage.
health at?
That would only put me at 25.
It's now the Misty Mountain Spear's turn.
I would like to go.
Go for it.
I held my turn specifically so I could go after the wood
Yeah,
raid.
it's funny as I was thinking about that too. Go for it.
Okay, Dan, what do you think I should do about that ability?
I mean, no one's afraid right now, so...
It won't help with fear. I'm going to start by seeing if I can hit the thing, because it's a bonus action anyway.
Mhm.
But what do you think about that? Using that ability?
Again, I think you should hold it because of the possibly non-allied orcs in the audience.
Here's the thing is, where are they going to try to get him killed anyway? Or he's going to...
Oh, I should mention something. I know these guys look like Misty Mountain Goblins. They are not. They're much more powerful.
But I don't think it really matters if we do it in front of him anyway, Dan.
Fair enough. Then go for it.
Okay. DK, in my rage, I am going to scream an ancestral battle cry of of my house in the Royal Dundane. All allies within 10 feet recover 1d6 plus 1 in hit points, and my enemies within 10 feet must make a wisdom saving throw.
What's the name of the ability?
This is Royalty Revealed.
Oh my. Okay, Nick just revealed that he's royalty. So Dan and Billy need to roll heals, I believe.
1d6 plus 1.
Yeah.
Poor Dan. That probably didn't help you all that much.
It got me up to 20. 20 is enough to handle probably 2 attacks from Mr.
Yeah,
Mr.
see,
Fluffy.
you got 3 hit points back, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What was on? So we got equal.
2. And you get something back.
DK, the Wraith now has to make a wisdom saving throw, however.
What difficulty?
It will be a difficulty of 16.
A wisdom saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to use a wisdom check. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's what
That's
all
fine.
it is.
That's what it is.
I mean, there are saving throws, but this guy doesn't get one.
Okay. Did you? I think we ruled originally that
Has to be higher.
matching did not succeed.
I don't know, Dan. Does that work?
Dan, do you think that will negate my ability?
It depends.
Oh,
Because I remember for quite a while we were doing, if you matched someone's armor class, you didn't hit them. You had
Right.
to exceed their armor
So
class.
so one of the examples is if you're running away from someone to get away from them, then they just have to match you to prevent you from succeeding. However, if they're trying to catch you, they have to beat you. So since this was a saving throw, I'm going to say it should probably have to beat.
Okay.
Because it's whoever is trying to beat the other one has to roll higher. Which is why you have to beat their armor class.
Mhm.
Whereas if you were trying to evade a strength grab, yours would have to be higher than theirs.
Mhm.
Whereas if they just tied you, they would succeed because you were trying to evade them.
Mhm.
But yeah.
So what does that mean for this?
It should mean that it applies.
Okay, what effect would it endure onto the undead?
This creature is now frightened.
I don't know if you could frighten the undead.
fear,
but okay.
Specifically, Dunedain have a, shall we say, history in Lord of the Rings?
The
With
Doomday
undead?
actually do have a history of frightening undead, because that is another thing I can take.
It has to do with the whole royalty thing and being able to call on. Yes.
So yeah, there's actually another one called Dauntless Guardians that has like See the Unseen, Strength of Will, and Wraithbane in it, so
So now the Woodwright is now both frightened of you and even more angry at you. Because
Why would it be
you
you?
allowed this to happen to its forest. It expected better from you.
what did it?
Now the question
What
is,
did
how
it
long
do
does the
to
fear
Paul?
last? Is it just one turn?
See, fear is supposed to last for, like, the entire battle.
Mhm.
If I recall how fear works previously in Lord of the
it
Rings.
says they're frightened for 1 minute, so
Oh, well, okay. That would be...
20 turns.
while frightened in this way, a creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can. It cannot willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It can also take reactions. For its actions, it can only use the dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. If it has nowhere to move, the creature can use the dodge action.
Excuse me.
So we're frightened of it, it's frightened of us, or of you.
That's kind of weird, because like if he managed to succeed making Nick frightened of him, how could he be frightened of the thing that's frightened of him? I don't know. That's kind of weird. I don't know.
Don't
Uh-oh.
question.
Well,
Judging
things
by
to
how
do-
mice react and how
succeed in
people
frightening
react
me.
to mice,
Yeah.
both parties can be afraid of the other.
Remember, DK, he has yet to succeed in frightening me.
This is true. Now it's the Misty Mountain turn. So let me roll those real quick.
That was honestly probably unnecessary, but it was really fun to do.
But now everyone
really
knows you're
guilty.
royal.
Yeah, but it was fun.
They're just gonna do a
Except
quick
for really
spear
cares,
daka,
right?
Daka, daka, daka.
and
They
that
did not do very well
was
with the Daka Daka.
the daka was not very useful, but that's okay because now it's time for the orc guards to get closer.
Does this count as a mass surround?
Unfortunately, you can't mass surround a ghost.
It's not really
Darn.
limited to 2 eyes.
But that is a lot of spears. $15,
That's a 20.
20,
That's a 21. That's a 23.
3,
That's a 21.
4, 7, 8, 8.
Yeah.
So that's
13
27,
damage?
so 27 divided by 2.
13.5.
I would say I'm going to go for 14.
Okay.
Okay.
Yay!
Oh, wow. It's 24.
How much health does he have left?
24 hit points.
Well, the other dude needs to do 24 damage. Yeah!
By the way, if
So
this
with
creature
frightened usually
survives the
lasting
fight, it will
longer.
now have hatred of the Doom.
Frighten only lasts for, well, I guess it's how the ability is written.
Mm-hmm. How does the
In this case,
race
it lasts.
last?
A 1 turn.
In my character's case, it lasts for 1 minute. So,
Mhm.
how long would a minute last in this battle?
20 turns.
20 turns.
So,
Wow.
it'll be frightened for the entire battle, basically.
Well, and it can't really run away now. All it could do is try to dodge, which would make it really, really hard to kill.
Well, it's a ghost.
A dodging ghost?
I was
Wow!
it's a ghost. It can fly through people.
This is the ghost dodge. If it succeeds, it just vanishes, and your blade just goes right.
It's actually
Alright,
not.
It has 7.
It's a,
I believe it has 7 hit points left.
Yes.
Oh.
The reason I waited till after the race turn was because I didn't want the Wraith to try fleeing from us, because it will gain the hatred of the Dundane and try to kill us in the future.
So what are the trees gonna do?
The tree
That's
is
a
going to
variety of options.
stare viciously at all the orcs.
I think that's DC saving throw. The orcs can actually succeed.
But there are 4 of them.
Gorgle just, stares at the tree back, and now the tree is frightened.
Works for me.
Let's see.
Are they still at advantage?
No, but they still made it.
Yeah.
One orc critically succeeded.
The tree is also afraid of him.
And now we need to check the... See, it's Gorgle. Oh. Okay, there we go. Now we have to check the guards.
One of the guards is frightened of a tree.
No, he still... It hit 5. I think, right?
Didn't we just rule that you had to beat it? In order to avoid the fear check, DK?
I don't always roll that way. As long as he didn't roll a 4, a 1 through 4, I would say that the tree would have actually installed fear into someone.
The tree's fear is very powerful. You are stunned if you fail.
We should have brought the dwarf along with us.
He's already
See,
afraid of trees.
Exactly.
Rampage, it is your turn.
He would view this as validation. There would be no stopping him.
We should tell him of this event.
You fire your arrow, and it does not hit him. Mr. B, roll me a 1d100.
It's like I like the 15, but I don't actually like the 15 because it's an odd number. I hate odd numbers, so I keep getting odd numbers, and I'm not happy yet. I keep getting odd numbers, but I keep getting the odd number. Okay.
Suddenly, the arrow that you fired so many seconds ago finally comes down. It seems to be going quite fast, and hits him
For 1 damage.
Oh my gosh! Actually, Mr. B, why don't you roll a 1d10?
Yeah, we need something better than a
If you
1.
can roll at least a 7, the battle is over.
And the arrow knocks him into the head, destroying some weird gem that was somehow inside of his head. And the gem shatters. And the wraith screams as it is destroyed.
And then I yell.
By the way, everyone gains 1,100 XP for killing the wraith. I guess you'll have to divide that up.
Oh.
Everyone got 1,100 XP.
That would have
We
been
have
nice.
to divide it up.
Yeah.
So we haven't had any XP for all the other
Well,
stuff.
I will try to make a stealth check.
Why?
There's an orc captain here.
Look,
say,
he hasn't
"Please
tried
do
to
not
kill us
kill me.
yet.
I like my life.
And
say,
actually,
"Please
that
do
would be
not-"
an advantage, so I should roll.
With that, the trees calm down. And everything turns light.
No, I say, please don't kill me. I like my life.
Now there are going to be many long conversations ensuing between us and the orc captain, and then between me and the rest of the party because nobody knew I was royalty. I mean, I know that Dan knew, and I'm sure other people suspected, but
You
none of you
notice
care.
that
I'm
his
gone.
troops, his guards that came with him, have now departed. Seemingly disinterested in you.
I come over to Dan. Why can't I not hide in the trees?
You need to be stealth.
But you're under the trees. How are you under the trees?
I don't know
So
why you're
it's-
climbing on top of them.
It's after 10, so
Yeah.
With that, Gorgel has a sick smile and says, "That marked one. He's quite clever, isn't he?" And with that, next time on Dragon Ball Z.
This is not Dragon Ball Z.
alright. Well,
yes,
good
it
deal.
is.
Thank you, everyone.
How come Rampage can't hide in the trees, but Billy can?
I don't know. By the way, how was that, guys?